Okay, let's do things a little bit differently on this leg. Now, as you see, we've got all these joins down here that haven't been doing anything really in the time that we've made this model. They were set up, but they didn't really do much. So let's make them do stuff. So first of all, we're going to go down here because I need to sort out this toe. Same as last time, if you remember, I'm going to have to reset its X form. So I'm just going to undo these. Reset selected. There we go. Now, let's have a look, because it's probably moved a little bit. Yeah, it has. It's really my fault in the way that this piece was made, but never mind. Let's check it's converted to editable poly. Sorry if my voice is a little bit rough, it's quite early in the day. Okay. Now let's do some hierarchies. I'm going to attach this piece to here. Then I'm going to go in here. And then here. And just keep it going. Remember, this is a dead end piece, so I'm just going to attach it and leave it. The IK doesn't even go down to that part. There we go, down to here. There we go. Okay, that should be everything all linked in. Let's just give it a quick check. Yep. Okay, now let's just do something with this leg here. So, on local, move that forward about 5 degrees. Move this back about 5 degrees. And move that back about 5 degrees. Okay, that's good. Reason being that I want our knee to actually flex and bend. At the minute it's not, because I think one of the things is that I'd almost forgotten that there was a knee here. So next I'm going to take these parts and copy them over to here, like so. Move this back a bit. This means I can keep the foot level, so I can just do a rotation. I'm going to assign it to a look at, and it can look at this box. Now then, as we can see, everything's been twisted round, so let's just undo that look at target a minute, and I'll just undo the links on this, and then add the look at again. That way I don't need to rotate the box around. It's just a case of binding these back onto here again. Our foot's nice and flat. Okay, animation, IK, history independent. Take it all the way down to this part here. Oh, that part's not bound in yet, hang on. Always made that mistake. History independent, down to here. Okay, now I'm going to bind that to here. Oops. And now go to my move. Okay, that's good, apart from that one toe, which appears to be doing weird things. I think I've bound it to the wrong part. Hang on. See if we can just fix that quickly. There, that's better. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Okay, good range of movement on the foot. And it's in a better position, I think, than the last one. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Now we can limit this ball joint's movement, and by doing so we'll get more movement off the other pieces. So let's go over here to our IK, and if we make sure all three of these are active, we can then set this up, and this will give us our maximum rotation limitations, and that we won't get any part of this basically overlapping other polygons when we come to animation time. There we go, that's one. If we set that as active and limited, over here we'll do the same again. But this time we'll just set the rotation. Maybe just set it, I don't know, 30 degrees each way, if that. And just limit that. And on the Z-axis, we'll have it to, I don't know, let's see, so from 0, there we go. Need to set this up as best I can. Let's say there to there. So that gives us a much more limited field of movement for this, as long as I remember to click the limited button. Which means that if we do that, other parts of the foot will then take over. As you can see, it's bending at the moment, in parts where it's not supposed to bend, but we can fix that. So if it goes up too high, for example, as you can see, it's kind of locking at the moment. So we'll sort that out. First of all, let's get this lookout controller over here linked into this. And then we can start locking these parts. So first of all, we find out which axis it's moving on. Don't want the x-axis, must be the y. Set up its maximum range of movement. There we go, limit there. Make sure we're not using any axis we're not supposed to be using as well, so I'll turn off the z-axis. Now on this one, okay, make that active and limited and turn off the other two axes again. Over here I'm going to turn off any axis that isn't the Z, and that will now give us a much more controlled range of motions for this leg compared to what it was, certainly. As you see, it's not going to break now, although it does have a very limited, compared to what it was, range of movements, although the range of movements it has is much more accurate in that respect. Now I need to limit this piece here at the top. At the moment there's no limitations on its movement, and I think I'm going to limit on the Y. So from, I want to set up the 2 first. I think that's going to be the maximum movement that way. That way we don't get any overlap. Click limited. And let's have a look at the other rotations we can do on this. You see, I don't like to twist this too much because it makes the two main pieces there pop out. And I don't need to move it on the Z-axis, I don't believe. That doesn't really make too much difference. I'll just turn that one off then. Okay, let's look at this. There. Okay, as you see now, it'll rotate out. Thing is, this part here will kind of break eventually, so we can't move it out too far. Okay, that's fine. Excellent. Alright then. So in the next part we're going to have fun looking at some simple slider controls for toe bend.